Today, I want to tell you a mission story that comes from Ghana in Africa. Many years ago, I was attending a missionary camp meeting here at Andrews University, and Dr. Bediako told this story. Now, Dr. Matthew Bediako at the time was secretary of the General Conference in charge of mission and missionaries for the World Adventist Church. He told the story of being a young boy in Ghana who really wanted to go to the Adventist high school, but he didn't have enough money for the tuition. And so he went around seeing where he could find a job, and he found a job working for one of the missionary families there on the campus. He said he learned many important things from that family. The missionary wife taught him how to bake bread. And while she was teaching him, she talked to him about the bread of life, Jesus, who wants to live in our hearts, just like yeast helps bread to rise. Jesus can grow and us to be the people he wants us to be. He said he learned from the missionary father about hard work and how to be totally committed to God's mission. But he said the most important lesson he learned was from the missionary children. And this is how it happened. One day, the missionary parents asked him to come and babysit their children while they went to town. They said that he could take them out to play, but please make sure to lock the door and don't lose the key, because it's the only key they had. And so the parents left for town, and the children decided to go outside and play. Matthew carefully locked the door, and they went out and they played in the yard. Then they took a walk, and then they came back and played some more. And then they decided to go back in the house. And when Matthew put his hand in his pocket, the key was gone. He thought, I am going to lose my chance at an education, because if I lose that key, I'll lose my job. And then I won't be able to go to school. What will happen? And the missionary children said, we should pray. But he was so busy hunting for the key, he felt in all the grass where they'd been. He walked the path that they had taken the walk on. He came back and looked around. He could not find the key. And missionary children said, we should pray. Oh, but he was so worried. He just kept hunting. And pretty soon he heard the car coming down the road. And oh my goodness, I've lost my chance at an education, because I'll lose my job and I won't have money to pay my tuition. The missionary children said, we should pray. And so finally he dropped down onto his knees and he said, oh Lord, help me to find the key so that I can have a Christian education. And you guessed it. When he got up, there was a key. He saw it right there, and he unlocked the door and all was well. And he said, I learned important lessons from every member of that family, but the most important lesson I learned was to trust in Jesus. And I learned it from the missionary children. And you know what was interesting, in the audience that was attending that meeting where he told the story was one of those children. She had grown up. Her name was Jan Roberts, and she grew up to be a missionary herself. She served in many parts of the world, and Dr. Bediako became a missionary and in charge of the mission of the church. Maybe you can see their picture there that day. You know, and that's what God wants from us too. He wants us to learn to love and trust him, because the God of mission is one that we can trust. And when we learn to love and trust him, then he can use us to help other people love and trust him also. That's what it means to be a missionary. That's what God wants from us. God bless you as you learn to love and trust him more and become one of his missionaries.